Hey everyone, Drew here. I just wanted to take a bit of time today to chat about the TV sequences inside of Zenless Zone Zero. I'm sure you already know this, but the community has some seriously mixed opinions on this mode. Unsurprisingly, me included. In this video, I will be talking about the game's TV mode, my thoughts on it, and finally, how I think it can be improved. Starting off our discussion here, first, let's shortly touch on what TV mode actually is for those who are uninformed. TV mode is a mode where you control a little bang boo and explore, well, TVs. It's the game's version of an overworld exploration mode when you aren't in combat. You enter this mode very, very frequently and actually spend more time in this mode than the actual combat, which I'll touch on more in a bit. The general community criticism for this mode is that it's used far too often and takes away from the high impact action sequences that people are playing the game for. The other side of the conversation loves the calm downtime of the TV mode and loves solving the puzzles and beating the minigames. They believe it should stay because it brings that retro feel that Zenless is known for to the center stage. Now, how do I feel about those two statements? First of all, I wholeheartedly agree that Zenless Zone Zero has way too much TV mode in it. I'm sorry if you expected me to say otherwise, but that truly is how I and lots of other players who enjoy the game feel. It's like pouring a glass of orange juice, but there's more pulp than juice. Sure, you can still get the juice out of the cup, but the pulp is overpowering the juice. But with that being said, who doesn't like their orange juice without a little pulp? Now, I truly am sorry for the horrible analogy, but I'm pretty sure that got my point across. TV mode doesn't need to be deleted from Zenless Zone Zero. Hell, I don't think anyone actually wants that. I just believe that people want there to be more action sequences and a lot less TV. For instance, in Zenless Zone Zero, there are tons of side commissions that you get in this game that have absolutely no combat at all, or combat as a punishment. That's right, in some of this game's missions, combat is treated as punishment for being caught or messing up a puzzle, which is a very, very odd choice for a game that is supposed to be based around characters and combat. I mean, their entire monetization method of this game is based on whether or not characters are good in combat or not, or whether or not they got that fatty patati gatti melody. So it just feels so odd to have so many missions that are heavily focused on the TV mode rather than the combat. With all this being said though, I do believe that the TV mode is super fun when used correctly. Certain side commissions are extremely engaging and entertaining that use the TV mode. Along with it being used for the game's roguelike mode and Hollow Zero, there are very fun ways to utilize the TV mode, and I hope these never go away. But the story missions, really? I feel maybe a few missions can have TV in it, sure, but every single last one? It's just way too much downtime. With that being said, however, let me introduce you to a game called Snowbreak Containment Zone. Before you start typing about me going on a tangent of something completely unrelated, let's take a look at Snowbreak and how similar it actually is to Zenless in a way. Snowbreak may be a shooter, and it may have odd ways of making money, but Snowbreak also has linear missions inside of confined levels. But the difference between Snowbreak and Zenless is that when you aren't in combat, you are getting snippets of a story, and there is no little minigame in between. All the missions that you do inside of Snowbreak are within these confined levels. There is no downtime. I feel that if Zenless did the same thing, or even had these events taking place inside of the actual story missions, that the TV mode would no longer be an issue for players. Hell, I think people would even begin to like it, because in reality, TV mode can be very fun and engaging. It just shouldn't be the focal point of a main mission. There are also missions inside of Zenless Zone Zero that already let us experience the storytelling inside of the mission called Rally Commissions. So why not just do that for the main story? Rally Commissions are by far the most well-received side commissions in the game because of the way you traverse it. There are even interactables inside of these missions, so I really do not see why this can't happen. I know that we have a confirmation that Hoyo will be changing things up a ton in the coming few months, but I really feel like if they want more people to play their game, and soon, they need to figure something out within the next maybe 2 months, or at least work on old missions while making sure the new ones are more like the rally commissions rather the TV ones. Zenless is a game that should be leaning on its stylish combat, especially since it was promoted as an action game. I completely empathized with players who lost interest early because they weren't getting what they expected. And in all honesty, who can actually blame them? Having to work extra hard to get the juice out of the cup because it's flooded with pulp is, well, frankly, silly. Next time, you'll probably end up just buying a different brand. In this case, people will just move to different games, and that is not a good thing. For Hoyo, it's bad because of the players they're missing out on and the potential revenue, and for us who love the game, it's bad because this could lead to Zenless not reaching profit goals and potentially having less invested into it. I believe that Hoyo is quite aware of this fact and will begin to remedy these issues shortly, but I'm also amazed that they let it get this far, because in the closed beta tests of the game, people were already criticizing this aspect of the game. They had a ton of time to do right with this information and didn't do a single thing, which could spell disaster in the near future. Now, obviously, I don't believe MiHoYo will let that happen, as they've already made an extensive list of changes and improvements they plan on implementing into the game. I would like to add, though, that a lot of these changes and features should have been in the game from the get-go. Don't take this the wrong way, though. I absolutely still am in love with this video game, and all these criticisms are coming from someone who wants more people to play their favorite game. And with all of that being said, everyone, I would really like to thank you for sitting through my entire Yapfest. I love talking about this game, and if you loved listening, please consider giving me a cute little thumbs up and maybe hitting the sub button. This tells me I'm doing a good job and to make more of this type of content, so trust me, it's worth it. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you later. See ya. Oh, that's cute. She takes out like a donut, dude. That's fucking wholesome as hell. Whoa! What the